Welcome, guys. We're here tonight at the Versus Gameplay Arcade. You know, we were supposed to start at 7. It's okay, though. JV, though, you just got done casting the Halo 2v2 tournament that just happened on MLG.TV/Halo. How was that, man?
It was a lot of fun. I got to work with Benson, and he really dug my stuff. Some of the folks at MLG really dug my stuff, and it was the first event that I'm contracted to do for them, so definitely looking forward to doing a lot more work for them. But I'm also super stoked to be back on the mic with you, my friend. How have things been?
Yes, sir, man. It's been pretty good. We've had a big show matches here recently. You know, this is our actually first Halo show match, I believe, so far this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams go up against each other. We'll have Fuse Pro versus Vantage Point. Fuse Pro we had on last year. They won a couple show matches. Vantage Point's a brand new team that's actually, I would say, in the amateur community. They don't have a team Twitter at the moment, and they're just now starting up. So it's going to be very interesting to see how well they work together as a team to really go against this Fuse Pro, which has actually only had one roster change since we had last had them on.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how this really works, as we're just currently waiting to see. First game will be CTF on Truth. We do have a few different commentators in the building tonight, so you will be seeing some different faces. We do actually are training a little bit new commentators as well. So you'll see some of their faces commentating some Halo 5 action as they are preparing themselves for the future. But as we currently are just kind of waiting to see how this really works here, just waiting for the lobby to actually show that we can spectate. But you know, you casted the Halo finals and actually throughout the whole tournament, and I was actually watching some of it. Roy was in the tournament, not playing with his normal teammate, but got eliminated in quarterfinals.
Yeah, that was a thing, and it definitely surprised me, surprised Benson, surprised a whole bunch of folks that were tuning in. I mean, what's to say? To be fair, just to be fair to Roy, one big thing is that those folks, they don't really train for the 2v2. Mm-hmm. They train for the 4v4, where they have these specific roles and things like that. And like I said, with 2v2, you have to have that degree of flexibility, and you have to have that know-how. It's almost like, and this is definitely not to discredit the team that upset them, but the way I look at it is playing Smash in For Glory versus playing Smash in Tournament. And you might be really good at For Glory, but that doesn't necessarily always shift over to Tournament. Or, as a counter example, you might have like a professional player, a top-level professional player who's really good at those one-on-ones, those tournament modes. He might not do so well when it comes to free-for-all and items are on and whatnot. So definitely not to discredit the other team at all. Huge, huge props for making such an upset on a player of Roy's caliber. But at the same time, you have to equate the fact that it's a type that Roy and L-Town probably don't practice too often.
No, I completely understand that. What would you say his teammate was?
L-Town.
So it was L-Town, okay. Not necessarily too sure. I'm not really that familiar with the Halo community. I saw he's very good.
He's definitely really good at filling in those gaps when he needs to. Okay,
so currently just waiting on one more player to join the lobby. That way we can spectate this game on CTF on Truth. They said they were starting it, but I guess one player lagged out with something, so just currently waiting on them. Guys, if you are in the Dallas area watching at around, we do have some events coming out from Versus Gameplay here recently. This Saturday we have the FIFA 16 monthly, which will actually be on at the VGArcade on PlayStation 4. Starts at 1:30 p.m. Doors and sign-up start at 11 a.m. and it was $20 per person, and that will be double elimination. And then next week after that, we have the Madden tournament here at the Versus Gameplay Arcade. It will be the same rules, everything, just on Xbox One instead of PlayStation 4. So we'll start at 1:30, $20 and enter. Doors open at 11, double elimination as well. So guys, if you're in the area or know anybody in the Dallas area that are interested in learning FIFA or Madden or showing the skills, be sure to check out Versus Gameplay Arcade this Saturday and next Saturday.
Oh, man. So we've seen these teams a couple of times on the VGP show match, right?
Yeah, Fuse at least. Vantage we have never seen before, but Fuse, when we have seen them, they played against, I believe, Mutiny, and I believe they played against Vanquish. Mutiny they did pretty decent on. Vanquish I don't think was in their favor, per se.
So let's talk for a second about Fuse. What can we really expect from them, and who are some of these heavy hitters that you've noticed in the past?
So one of their heavy hitters is going to be Vortex. Vortex is the captain of the team. He's been on the roster ever since I actually met him, and that's been on like a year ago. So that will be one of the heavy hitters. Coming compared to the other players, like I said, they had one person that's new. The other two people I don't necessarily remember that very much of since it has been a while. They really are good at CTF. Slaying was really their kind of weak point in my opinion, so it'll be interesting to see how that really pans out for them. As for strongholds, when we get into game 4, if we go there, that will be necessarily interesting part because they did win the strongholds game pretty convincingly last time we saw them, but on breakout going to game 3, that is going to be interesting to see because that is slaying potential, and it will be necessarily how good their shots are individually. So it'll be interesting to see how well these teams are, but it seems like we're still kind of waiting on this one person go into it. As we currently just kind of wait, we'll show our arcade video real quick as we are just kind of setting ducks. So let's show the versus gameplay arcade and what we kind of do here at the arcade.
All right, today is day 0 for Versus Gameplay Arcade. So I invited a couple people that I know and trust who have kind of been with me and with us since the first the first tournament that I ran almost 6 years ago out of a little gym, not knowing anything about running tournaments. They've come out and they're kind of helping me dry test the place, make sure the power works, the setups work, the internet works. So far, so good. We're at about 70%, but so far, some good feedback.
Right now, we're here at the Versus Gameplay Arcade preview space. This is basically the temporary space that we have in here to kind of show everybody exactly what we're doing, let you guys know that, you know, we're here for the community to help you guys out and give y'all somewhere to go throughout the week if you want to play different games and, you know, also practice with the locals and do just a whole bunch of different things. With the preview space, we do have, you know, a few setups here and also the arcade games. We're just going to do it big for everybody out here in the DFW, and right now we're just kind of starting it off just to give you guys a little preview of what, you know, we have in store for you.
I want to thank everyone for coming out. It was a free invitational event, so hopefully everyone had a good time. We had food and drinks for everyone, and we're having a Street Fighter Invitational tournament where the winner will get a really nice Day 0 jersey shirt. Again, today's theme was just to kind of have fun, give us some good feedback. So thanks to everyone who came out. Thanks to Mike, Markel, and Luis for all of us getting together and putting this together. So hopefully good things are here to come. Thanks.
Well, guys, we're back here at the Versus Gameplay Arcade. That showed a little bit of Day 0 that was almost a year ago. It's so funny to see that next month is our 1-year anniversary here at the Versus Gameplay Arcade. You know, 2 years at Versus Gameplay actually next month as well. You know, it seems like everything started in February.
February is a beautiful month, man. You have Valentine's Day, and then in September you have the Valentine's Day babies. But enough about babies. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 1, CTF on Truth. Fuse Pro making their return to the VGP stage versus Vantage. Now,
Yes,
Vantage
sir.
Point, going to be quite the squadron. We don't know too much about them, so maybe we should start off on Fuse and see what they can maybe bring to the table.
Yeah, so let's hop on board, and we got Vortex here. Let's start over with the captain as he goes by the name of Frank, it seems like. Does spot toss it right in the middle on the Red Street area. Does get 1 kill, maybe? Yes, he finally picks up 1 kill with the carbine there, so it's being interesting to see how he...
Storm Rifle coming in play there as Red attempting to slice up, I guess, molecules within the air itself. I'm not sure what he was thinking really with that sword, but we take those, question mark? We're going back over to Red. He's going to be annihilated by Annihilate, switching over to Juicy as he's trying to go and lay waste and put on a lot of pressure towards this blue base. They want this early game tempo. They want to basically try to swarm this base all at once so they can force the other team to have suboptimal spawns, which will be really critical when it comes to dictating the pacing of the game and allowing them to return the flag as well. So big plays coming out right now as Juicy able to go and just camp inside this blue base. He lingers for a moment to prevent some further spawns, and now he's finally plucking and walking away with that flag itself. Will he be able to run it back, though, taking a lot of fire, and it looks like he's going to be shut down just short, but already another member of the team ready to go ahead and carry on that man's work.
Yep, as you do hop on board here, LeBron James, he does have the energy, so he spots one. He will get the kill on Annihilate Tex, but he will get the flag return as well, so he's on hop on board on the red bin. Does get put shots into by Vortex. Vortex takes him out, so on hop on board here, Vortex here, and let's see what he can do now.
So far from red, lots of early game pressure. It's been resulting in some nice plays for them, but not quite a cap just yet. But how much longer can this Vantage defense really stand? Vortex in a gunfight, a 1v1. He's going to be forced to back off a bit here, and maybe it'll take a moment to regain his shields before pushing back in. And there's the opponent just waiting for him. It's going to be another gunfight. Beardless, was he prepared for this AR? He's going to be forced to drop down here, trying to set up for the flank, but he's going to get cleaned up. A beautiful bait and switch, and Vortex is going to be dropping down.
Yeah, he ran right into 3 people there coming out of Vantage Point. As we do hop on board here, LeBron James. LeBron James, man, I keep on saying
James.
I know, man. I'm just going to call LeBron.
Just call him the king. Just call him the king, baby.
The king. Does spot one by Chris. That's going to be juicy. Picks him up with the headshot. Let's hop on board here. Let's see what happens on the let's go Tossle.
And retreating back to LeBron's previous kill, that was so important because the opponent had just picked up camo. Shutting down one of those perks early prevents from some sneaky flag caps. So really great awareness there and a really decisive kill in my eyes. Going over to Tossle, he's trying to back up his teammate who just got lit up. It might be a 2v1 here, and he's indeed going to be cleaned up. Juicy coming in with that headshot, and he has backup as well as they approach towards top mid. Let's go over to Bank now. Now, Bank trying to escort his teammate. Another showing of aggression really from Fuse, as this, I believe, is the second time that they've had their hands on the blue flag. But will it be enough this time to really get the capture? They have established a bit of control on Pink, I believe, which is going to be forcing some spawns towards Carbine. And there's Bank with the headshot, shutting him down and allowing Fuse Pro to draw the first cap in this series.
Yep, that was a ground pound straight into the flag zone there. Did not miss anything going on. So we'll hop on board here. Let's hop on board with one person we have not seen. That is going to be Josh. As Josh does pick up on the headshot there. We're going to see what happens he can do, as he is on the pink power too. Has pink power control. And he will try and get some kill. I think this is the carbine I was actually trying to get after here.
Guns are hard sometimes, man. Guns are hard sometimes.
I know, man. They're not like Call of Duty where they show them, but it is what it is. As we do have him pushing up right into the red street. Does spot one player. It's going to be Juicy, as Juicy does take him out with the storm rifle there. As we hop on board here with Annihilate Tex.
Yeah, Annihilate. We saw him take off someone's head before, and it looks like he's going to do just that. Cleaning up Tossle at top mid, and he's going to be dropping down spots. Beardless, and another kill. Annihilate has seriously been taking off heads faster than the French Revolution at this point. It is looking absolutely bloody for Vantage Point, as they are getting no Vantage points whatsoever. They're able to shut down that flag return, but can they actually run it back? Very critical moment right now for the blue team.
Yeah, this is very critical right now, as we do have all 3 people up from the blue team. Oh, sorry, all 4 from up, but the cap flag is actually been taken by Bank. So Bank's will hop up to the red street. Does have one person in, but there should be a ground pound right into the flag zone. Second capture now going in favor of Fuse, as that is going to be Vantage down 0-2 now, as he does get into a gunfight. Bank spots 2, does have his teammate there to support him, but his teammate does get taken out, and that is going to be a grenade from LeBron. Takes him out, as we hop on board here with Tossle, as he does have the active camo.
And Tossle, this is a really good sign for the blue team. It marks the first time that they've really been able to find that aggression and push towards the red base. And this is going to be really important for them. They need to figure out ways to shut down this onslaught. Maybe capitalize on how much red is really extending and figure out ways to bring the flag back themselves. This is not going to be going anywhere. There's no way they're going to be running this flag back. But maybe I may have spoken too soon. Took a lot longer than I'd expected for that blue member to get shut down, and already that red member attempting to return the flag, getting obliterated, as Bank is dealing with a lot of cover at his own base. This could actually be a really big play. I expected this to be shut down immediately, but it seems like both of these teams have done a great job of shutting me up one time or another.
Yeah, so I'll hop on board here, LeBron. LeBron did actually drop the flag, though, so the flag is down now for the blue team, and the flag has actually been picked back up. Who does that? That's Tossle. Does have the flag, but he gets taken out as well. So who's on the red team that can actually return this flag, as we do see that they are pushing back into the base. Flag is currently being returned, but yep, this is going to be a flag return straight from the red team, as well as a flag pull from the red team. That's going to be Fuse, as they trying to do something with it, but it looks like this will actually be captured here, as Bank does do the ground pound in, and that is going to be 3-0, as Fuse Pro does take game 1. Truth CTF.
We saw the signs of life from Vantage Point. but it was just far too late. I would have loved to see that sort of play really early on into the game. But whenever you look back at Fuse and how they did a great job with their aggression, and also at points establishing some top mid control and ping control, it basically forced Vantage to unfavorable footing, and they kind of had to deal with that unfavorable footing until the very end of the game. And a bit unfortunate for them, but Fuse overall played very clean. And as we look at the scoreboard, 3 players with 13 kills. Not too shabby, I'd say.
Nope, no sir, and only one person breaking double digits on the blue team. That's going to be Vantage Point. That's going to be Tossel was the only person on the blue team to break 10 kills. Besides from that, Bank, though he has 2 flag captures, he did his work as the OBJ, only got 7 kills, but still that's more than double the 2 people on the blue team. So as we do get ready for Slayer on Coliseum, I will be actually switching out with one of the other casters here. So JV will stay on, I will be switching out, but let's hop on to a BenQ video to show one of the sponsors of the Versus Gameplay and Versus Gameplay Arcade as we take a quick commercial break.
Welcome back here at the Versus Gameplay Arcade stream. Super stoked to be bringing more of this Halo 5 show match with the one and only Typographic. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. For a second, I looked at your wristwear, and I thought that, does this man have his name on his wristband?
Yeah.
That's too clutch. That's way too clutch. That's on a level that I could never, ever attain. Super stoked to be commentating with this man. He brings so much knowledge to the table, and I really can't wait to see what he has in store as we go on with our series. So tell me a little bit about that last game. If you were catching it, what were some of the critical errors that we saw from Vantage Point, and what did Fuse do very well to capitalize and really carry throughout the game?
I was watching a little bit from the side station, was kind of distracted a bit, but I did notice that they were making good plays. They were making great plays into the base, and they were really utilizing the movement that Halo 5 brings to this table. Capping all those flags up. Pretty sure all with ground pounds. And people don't really use ground pound a whole lot, and so it's really nice to see them do that. But really, they were putting a lot of pressure in them. The blue team just couldn't really get on their base, couldn't really make anything happen. So just pressure, ultimately, I think is what it came down to.
I feel like the only time they got out of their base was when they spawned near Carbine, and that's just such unfavorable footing overall.
Right. Yeah, which is weird because like in previous Halo games, P1 and P2 are like really great positions you want to run flag, but Car in this game seems to be more of the stronger position, and so if you really get that bubble spawning and push into their base, you can lock it down a little easier in my opinion. So good job to Annihilate's team, taking care of that. Just fantastic matches so far to start this night.
Just a lot of fun. Just a great time, and I'm really looking forward to this next game as well. Both these teams taking a minute to really prepare, and here we go, switching right into game number 2. The map's going to be Coliseum, and it's going to be Slayer. So it's going to be a lot of this is going to be about that one-on-one skill, true, but also that team skill as well. Yeah. So as we go into Coliseum, why don't you maybe frame this match for us a bit? What exactly are we going to be looking for from both of these teams?
We're going to really need to see a lot of good power weapon control. I'm really interested to see if teams try to send a couple people to rockets off the rip, or if they're going to send one guy over to nade spot. You can actually nade rockets over in cave. So, we'll see what happens, but if they can really lock down snipe side of the map, that would be great.
Oh, here we go. What is this?
A little bit of octagon warm-up, it seems.
Okay, I guess a bit of a warm-up from this team. My mistake. I thought they were ready to go. But, just a bit of the warm-ups, I would have loved to see the warm-ups, but apparently I made a mistake. I was doing some work for MLG and accidentally spectated the wrong person. So big goof by me. I apologize, friends. I looked at Kyle and I saw that he was ready instead of looking at Vortex, who still is taking that time, really. Yeah. So let's put ourselves in Vantage Point's head for a second, right? You lost that game in a pretty commanding fashion.
Right.
So what are you doing, in this break to really pull yourselves up and get ready for this next game?
Well, hopefully you're wondering if teams are very warmed up, if they've been on for a few hours, maybe even 30 minutes, just anything. If they're coming fresh into it, that's never good. But going down in the 3-0 fashion to start it, you got to be wondering to yourself, like, can we really slay this team? Can we continuously bang with them? And ultimately, it comes down to slaying in Slayer. That's the whole point of the game. And so if they can't keep the slaying prowess, to their name, then they're just not gonna have a good time.
Yeah. Just not really that much of a good time. Well, looks like we're finally ready to go ahead and kick off map number 2. I am so sorry for the false start. It's a 5-yard penalty for me, but hopefully we can go ahead and get things running right here at the VGP stream. Slayer on Coliseum, super stoked. And you mentioned how important it is to figure out which kind of routes and which power weapons they show priority to, especially in this opening, and also who shows priority to those particular power weapons. So it's going to be something we're going to look for. What else? Any other tidbits that we really need to watch for? Some bits of analysis that we need to continuously look for?
Really, I mean, it's about locking down the snipe side of the map. That's generally the key position because you can get shots so easily from rock side. So right now, it looks like we're having like a 1-1 push over to rockets and sort of a 3-3. Little contestant happening there on mid-bridge, but it looks like a 2-2's happening right now at snipe. So, we're staying on with Juicy. It looks like he's lost rockets, so the other team's already gotten away with rockets early, and that's never a good thing if you're already down.
That's pretty big, I'd say, for Vantage. They definitely need to have some control of these power weapons, and it's going to help them maybe claw their way back into the series as Beerless takes one, nearly gets another as well. That might be a one-shot, but great movement there, using that little bit of that cave for cover.
And I mean, you can see right now, like, he just got taken down with his rockets. I'm just kind of wondering myself where that nade was coming from. So much pressure coming out of Annihilate squad here. Great for them to now have rockets down on map and still have sniper control. So doing a good job just trying to stay alive up here top mid. We're on Tossle. Looks like he's got a little bit of a Tossle happening with Juicy, taking him down in Fridge.
That was great teamwork with Red there. That collaboration made a very scary situation all of a sudden seem quite favorable for the blue team, who is currently pushing a 1-kill lead. I'm surprised it's not greater, truth be told. We saw Rocket Control pretty firmly in control, but as you touched on, that sniper, it is very, very critical, especially in the Slayer type.
Yeah, this map is really deceptively simple, but at the same time, a very complex map. Like, there's so many angles and things that you can do with snipe and with movement, and so really, sniper, I feel, is the more favorable power weapon, but you need to still contest rockets. You don't want them to get an easy 4 kills, especially in a Slayer, where they can easily get that lead back or be right back in it.
Yeah, and in contrast to a CTF game that I casted earlier, where you see a lot more action in trenches because sometimes people like running the flag through those routes, especially if there's too much cover that's going on in the bridge. Rockets don't necessarily have that same guaranteed verticality, right? Because a lot of people are already pushing that higher ground, which puts Rockets at a bit of a disadvantage. Yep. But either way, both teams seem to be putting in that work for that Rocket. Blue team pushing a 2-kill lead right now. Let's see if they can maybe make it a bit more as we switch over to Red.
Red just actually got those new rockets, so was able to take them back to their corner. So, it's a great move on Red team. All 4 of them up currently. Down 2 kills right now in this match, but they have rock control, they have snipe, top middle control. So, I mean, honestly, they're in a great position right now to get this lead back.
Now, Red trying to put some shots across screen onto Vortex, spying in that Red base. Attempting to pick someone off. Right now you can already see lots of pressure on that sniper side, and that was something that you've mentioned would be a talking point in this match. Sniper going to be back in 30 seconds as one of the blue team members gets cleaned up. Let's see if Beerless maybe can get some vengeance for one of his fallen comrades, forced to back off there, and doesn't look like the blue team will be having that sniper control after all.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just been a couple ineffective trades on both sides. Really, the lead hasn't changed at all. It's still a 2-kill lead for Blue. Now making a 3-kill lead, but he's in a bad spot. He's got 3 people above him. This is he's so sneaky, able to keep off radar there for just a moment, able to stay alive. Good movement out of blue team for sure. Still holding a 2-kill lead in this match.
The Invisible Man, it was just enough, but I think that Vortex might be pushing now with that sniper rifle. Actually, it's Bank with a sniper rifle, and that's pretty big for Red. It might be what they need to get themselves back in this game, and indeed, as you can see in the scoreboard, it's shifted a 1-kill lead in favor of Red.
I love this play out of Annihilate right now too. Look, he's on top of sniper. Tossle doesn't know he's there. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get that kill, but he has no clue. Now they're kind of a little more aware of him. Tossle, getting the nade off. Annihilate is down. No shields. He's going to be forced to retreat a little bit.
Now, where can he really run? It feels like there's going to be so much exposure, but notice his teammate was right there with the contest. Annihilate doing a great job of just waiting things out and waiting for that backup. tried to go in with the ground pound, but Tossel uppercuts him off of the stage. Fantastic play there, but it would have been super flashy to watch it happen. What's up? What's up? There's no game audio. Oh. Bit of technical stuff that we had to sort out on our side, but we're right back at it as we hop on board with Annihilate Texas. He spots two, whittles down both shields, and decides to focus on red first before taking out Beardless as well. Those two big headshots are only going to be helping the red team as they get right back into this game, tying things up. So let's, we're at the mid game right now, and what are some patterns that you're seeing that have made the game at the point where it is?
Oh man, Annihilate is just annihilating the competition right now. I mean, you just saw him practically get a triple kill and spawn there, just immediately turning around and perfecting this guy. This guy Levi one-shot weak. I mean, he's doing everything for his team right now, really helping them stay in this match. And honestly, this 2-point lead, like, it could happen at any time. Unfortunately, falling off the map there, but prior to that, was making some amazing plays for his team.
My friend, you have just experienced what commentators' curse is.
Yeah, exactly.
You shout someone out, and all of a sudden, their dog dies and their wife divorces them. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely. At this point, I feel like I'm more of a commentator warlock with how many curses I throw out, truth be told. But we're going to be hopping back on with Beardless. Unfortunately, we've seen him on the right side of the kill feed and not on the left, being lit up quite a few times, but hopefully he can switch things up as his team is right now bearing this 2-point lead. What can they do to really maintain this? Aside from maintaining some of those power weapons that you were talking about, is there anything else that really sticks out that they can maybe adjust to really cement this lead?
Really, the best thing they can do is try to push up in their base, honestly, and get a lot of slaves in their base, keeping them spawning there, keeping pressure on them. And trying to still keep somebody back, maybe top middle, so that if a flip does happen, they're able to keep that pressure on them. But honestly, it's all about pressure and Slayer. And right now, it's not down to the wire. We're not like a 45 game or anything. They're kind of in the mid game, and everything in Halo happens after point 35. So right now, if they can just keep that pressure, they're going to just start to walk away with this.
Well, unfortunately, it seems like Red's not going to be walking away with that scatter shot, as Annihilate was able to shut him down just in time, but no one really ran up to get that weapon, and that might just be with how some of this game has been playing out. We haven't seen too many close quarters fights. It seems to be a bit more of a range game, but Vortex saying nay to range. He understands that that rocket can be so devastating, and it lets it rip just when he needs to. Ground pound potentially? No, instead just going to have a steady descent into death.
Yeah, no, that's a good trade, though. I mean, there's really nothing else he could do in that situation. But, Scattershot, touching on that for a sec, it spawns bottom middle. A lot of teams just don't think about it. Rocket snipe. But Scattershot's a sneaky weapon. If you can get away with it and teams don't know you have it, definitely be surprising.
Yeah, well, they're going to, looking at the red team, they're certainly going to need their fair share of surprises. We've crossed that 35 kill mark like you touched on before, so the pressure is certainly on for Fuse Pro. They had such a great first map, but they're starting to find maybe some problems in the second map. 3 kills, that's the difference, and they certainly have what it takes to bring it back, but do they have the guns that they need to bring it back?
Right now, blue team's got sniped all the way in the back of this base, and I'm really impressed by that because they've got so many angles, and so they really need to kind of focus on that sniper. Even though you seem like, oh, he's all the way back there, it's not a big deal. He could be a huge upset for you once you get him over into cave, or once you don't lose track of him on bridge. They really need to get something to help them call this back. I know it's a 2-kill game, but 2 kills in Halo, especially when time is against you, that's huge.
Well, blue team taking this lead yet again. Hoping that they can go and hold on to it, but Annihilate Texas has something to say about that as well. Bit of a 2v1, and Juicy doesn't even need help cleaning up Tossel, who gets absolutely tossed by that melee. Going over to Vortex, he's the team captain, but all of a sudden finds himself in a 2v1, but there's Annihilate Texas with that sniper. You mentioned how versatile that can be, especially when it's in the back of this base, and we're seeing that right now as Vortex gets that one-shot headshot and is able to go and cement this lead a bit more. Cement is probably the wrong word. Pad is probably better. I mean, we're approaching that 4-minute mark, and there's only 2 kills remaining, so I'm expecting these last couple of kills to go back and forth.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's only a 1-kill game right now. Only 4 minutes left in the game. Still plenty of power weapons to play for. Lots of things going to happen. Now still a 1-kill game, 41-40. If one team starts to make a surmountable lead, Toss will get in the snipe. Oh, unfortunately dying. We could see him start to walk away, but it looks like they're just clawing their way into this 42-42.
Oh, and from behind, Red with that headshot. He has the rocket launcher as well, and maybe the sniper? Did he just
Yeah, he just walked right over it.
back? I mean, to some extent, that certainly makes sense. You don't want to necessarily have complete control of both power weapons. You kind of want to spread that out among your team, but I'm a little bit surprised they didn't decide to just go grab that as well.
Yeah, because, I mean, in that situation, he could have tried to grab it and get it to his teammates, walk it to them or something, but unfortunately it was taken down. Now, blue team back in control of this Rockets. He's going to play right in front of him. He's going to stay alive, but unfortunately he's going to fall right there in blue sneaky.
This could be big for red. If they can maintain this Rocket control, it might be just a couple of kills they need, but it's the wrong red that ends up with the Rockets as red goes ahead and scoops that up right off of his friend's dead body. Going over to Annihilate. The sniper is back in play, but he's going to be very patient here. He already understands that there's somebody up top waiting.
Out of Annihilate. He knew he was on that backside of snipe. Not a lot of players go there. Once you're more experienced with this game, you'll see people wait on that sniper like that to get good shots on somebody. So perfect nades from him.
And great patience as well. He didn't have any height advantage or anything. If he tried to challenge there, he'd be challenging at disadvantage, and he probably wouldn't have walked away, but still, 2 kills separate both of these teams, and 2 kills is what's taking Vantage Point from getting one on the board. Let's see who's going to come out on top as we go over to red. Been so patient with this final rocket. When is he going to actually utilize this weapon? This might be the chance. He spots one. Really inefficient usage. He might actually get cleaned up here. Bank with a huge play there brings this down to 1 apiece as Juicy spots one from across the map. Gets a couple of shots in, but Bank going to be taken off by Beardless. 1 kill remaining between both of these teams. Let's see who's going to be coming out on top. Such a tense moment. Who do you think is going to be the real decision maker here? Who should we really be looking at?
Honestly, blue team all the way right now. They have power weapon control. They only need 1 kill, and that's it. They're going to wrap it up.
Fantastic game. A bit of a photo finish at the end, but those 2 kills, when I said cemented, I might not have actually been wrong. It was 2 kills that was the deciding factor, and it was exactly what Vantage Point needed to gain the vantage that they needed to actually get one on the board.
Definitely. I mean, Tossel doing a lot of work there for his team. Score 18, 7 deaths. I mean, he got the most kills. He died the least. That's what you need out of a main slay. Great stuff out of blue team there. Annihilate trying to claw it and keep it in control for Bread, but unfortunately coming up just a little bit short there. Great play out of Vantage Point, getting 1 on the board.
And even looking at LeBron's aim, right? He had 11-11. Not too shabby at all. Red with 10 assists as well. And you don't really see those, I guess, as many of those double-digit kind of assists as well coming from the red team. So who knows? Could that maybe be a teamwork issue that they may need to go into comms and talk about a bit?
No, I mean, having a good amount of assists on board is great. That just means that you're getting a lot of good team fire in. And so, anytime you're getting team fire, even if it's 1 shot on a person, that's only a shot off for your opponent, for your teammate to clean up that opponent. So honestly, those assists, they tell a whole different story to me. It means that they're actually doing a good job and their teamwork is on point.
Exactly. So maybe Fuse Pro, they had that great teamwork in game number 1. Let's hope to see they can bring it back for game number 3. Let's do this. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and hop aboard with game number 3 after this quick commercial break. So make sure you keep it locked. And as we give a shout out to one of our primary sponsors, Panda Gaming. Back on board with the Halo 5 show match. Vantage Point taking that last map and getting one on the board, bringing this to game number 3. Now, this game number 3, initially, based on how well Fuse did in CTF, I thought that this would be the kind of map that would be just what Fuse needed, the final map to send things home. Instead, this is the swing map. Whoever has this has the advantage going forward. So let's go up on board to Tossel. He led his team last time, but can he find that same sort of, that same sort of presence in Breakout as well, as it is a 3v2 in favor of Red. Vortex cleaning one up. It's a 1v3. How is Red going to be getting back on board here?
I guess he just has to keep his mind focused and stay in the game, and he should be set.
Oh, Fearless crouching underneath the initial shots, but still going to be getting cleaned up. Those 1v3 scenarios, they can be so tough. So insanely tough to come back from. But let's see, maybe if we can see a bit of a change from Vantage Point. Hopping on board with Red here from Team Vantage, as he's going to be pushing up towards that left side. Throwing out a well-placed grenade here, and oh wow, look, across the map, Tossel starting off with a huge kill on the team captain, Vortex. But going back over to Bank, now, he spotted Red, but he didn't want to push too much because he saw another opponent as well, but he definitely wasn't prepared for Fearless BK there. An excellent melee is going to make this one apiece. So a huge turnaround, really, from this first game. I'd say that a lot of the momentum really shifted with that initial grenade, and let's see if Vantage can maybe coast with some of this momentum as we go on board with Fearless BK. Just kidding. We'll go on board with Red instead. We'll go on board with Red instead. So what have you really been seeing from this game that you've really enjoyed?
I guess I like the different maps. I don't usually commentate for Halo, so this is one of my first opportunities. I'm pretty stoked to be out here and to be a part of this. So I guess you could say the maps are a lot different than what I'm used to seeing. The 4v4 is really nice. I like seeing that. But I guess just different, the weapons, the teamwork, the different maps. It's just, I like it.
It's all about that teamwork, and that's really what the Red team showcased in that last round. Even the Spartan charge coming out from Annihilate. This man is full of trouble. He's full of all sorts of surprises. Going over to LeBron's aim as he has that SMG out and he's trying to push a bit. The early grenades have been a really important factor for both of these teams. So if one of these grenades can maybe get a kill, they might have just enough momentum and the player advantage that they need to coast for the rest of the game.
Right. The first kill, I mean, I guess if you're lucky enough to get that first kill, it really puts your team at a good vantage point, to go in and attack, and I guess it can make him also more bold and want to go in and I guess you could say overcommit.
And we saw how important that first kill was there. A reverse of that previous round, as Blue was able to put one on the board there without losing a single member. That initial domino falls and everything tumbles afterwards. But let's go aboard with Vortex to see if he has something to say about that last win.
Going out to the left side, and he seems like he's like to use the wall and hide behind and wait and see what kind of where he needs to go, where he needs to go around and see who he can get.
Now Vortex hasn't really spotted too much yet. One's dropping from each player, but this might be just what Blue needs to go and take this one home. 3v2. Perhaps this could be one of those really deciding moments here. And the fact that the trade worked out in favor of Blue is certainly helping out. Last man standing for Bank. Can he do this? Oh, getting caught by Tossel. He has that Brawler award. We've seen him come up close and personal and not be afraid to use that melee whenever he needs to.
You have that bold move, like I said. They have that. They have the upper hand. They get bold, ready to overcommit and go in for the kill.
Definitely. So what do you want to see different from Red Team? They're definitely down as far as rounds go. What can they maybe change up a bit?
Maybe rotate in pairs instead of singly. I don't know. I guess the teamwork, maybe that's where they're faltering at right now. That's what it seems like.
Oh, a bit of friendly fire there actually as Juicy takes out his own teammate. He makes up for it by taking out one of the enemies as well, but not really what you want to see. It's such a close series. going on board to Vortex. It's a 2v3 here. He needs to figure out if he can maybe find some sort of way to flank one of the blue team members and get one of those initial kills that he needs. Right now, both of the red team members pushing back, perhaps trying to bait one of the blue team to go for the flag, but that could also be a chess-like move where the blue team goes for that flag as a counter, trying to force them to overextend and then clean them up. But either way, 2v2, not really sure exactly what happened as Tossel is trying to charge in again. I like the decision making here though. He's patient, he's biding his time, he's not going in willy-nilly.
Right. I understand. He's waiting to see where he can go, waiting for his point. You know, he's waiting for them to slip up and be complacent.
Oh, I thought that he was going to make a mistake by missing Beardless. He cleans up one, but comes just short of getting the other. Would have been a huge play from that team captain, but instead, Vantage, they're looking primed, and they're looking ready to go ahead and walk away with this third map.
Let's see if they can.
Certainly still anyone's game. They just need to be able to recoup, figure out exactly what they did wrong, and push forward from there. Again, there was a bit of friendly fire previously, so it's not like they're dealing with a perfect team by any means.
Right. You know, and those things happen. It's a shame when it does.
We're going aboard with Tossel again. Up close and personal is what we knew him for from those final kills, but instead, taking his time here, really doesn't want to overexpose himself. Instead, hiding behind the safety of some of these pillars.
Yeah, it seems like that's a very good strategy. However, it didn't seem to work out for him.
Yeah, well, Tossel was actually able to go ahead and get out Vortex because he was trying to run for cover a bit too early as Bank picks up a nice double kill there, taking out Beardless in the process. He could maybe bring this back. This is really important for the red team to win this round here. Let's see if we can maybe continue on with this series as we go aboard with Tossel. He had that really big kill. Can we see another one from him here as well?
Well, I don't really see him overcommitting here, but I do see him being patient and being smart about his gameplay. Going around the right side, see if we can make it. He sees them. He's gonna hop behind the pillar.
And Tossel, I'm not sure if he spotted the red opponent there. Keep in mind that this mode does not have any radars, so you're coming in a bit blind there. Tossel able to pick up one, and it's a last man standing. The face-off, sudden death between Bank and Tossel. Let's see who's going to come out on top. Bank retreating for the back and getting that BR. He has this weapon advantage, but in a mode like this, will it be enough?
I do not know. He's going around. He's jump. Oh, it is.
Tossel really wanted that higher ground, right? He wanted to gain as much vantage over the map as possible, but unfortunately, the decision to clamber left him a bit too vulnerable and allowed that easy kill with that BR. Going over to LeBron's aim as he's pushing towards that blue yard up the blue ramp. Doesn't get anybody quite yet with those grenades, which have been so volatile in this third map. But he's still putting on a lot of pressure and kind of forcing this red team and pinning them towards this base. Bank exposed himself, but Tossel unable to get the headshot. LeBron's aim able to finish the job for him, though.
Going around now. Let's see what Juicy can do. Juicy seems to be going left. Once he gets the guy on the right. Oh, spots someone, and he's not going to do it.
Tossel and Annihilate with a bit of a trade here. 3v2 in favor of this blue team, but red answers right back as Vortex takes out LeBron's aim. The King is no longer in the building. He got traded to Miami or something. He's taking a quick vacation. But right now, let's see. We have Juicy on red, and one of his teammates against red and Levi. God, that gets so confusing when you have a blue team member named Red. Good lord.
Right. Earlier, I thought it was part of the team, and I was getting confused also.
Should we just call him like Double D, like from Ed?
Yeah.
From Ed and Eddie? I'll call him Double D. Congratulations, man. Double D, man. Real talk, man. Double D got the hottest canker sister. I will say, man.
Yeah, he does.
He definitely did, man. He definitely did. Don't even pretend. Nerds, man. It's the best. It's the absolute best. But going back over to the game itself, Beardless BK running around this blue ramp. Neither team really wants to extend at this point, and it's 2-2. I haven't actually seen one of these games go to time before, so it's going to be very intriguing. Beardless hoping to get a little bit more sight lines. Leaves himself a touch exposed, but doesn't look like anyone from the red team is going to be spotting him anytime soon. As this winds down to those final few seconds, it could very well go into, just a simple tie. So 4-3 right now in favor of Vantage Point as we go to round number 9. LeBron's aim going to be taken away. Still in Miami, I take it, as we switch over to Bank.
Bank going around the left side now. See if we can go ahead and get advantage and try and keep the blue team back. Doesn't seem like he was going to. So he's going to play smart, hide inside.
Oh, that was an excellent challenge there. LeBron had his cursors locked on another member, and because of that, he was able to go and pick up one of those kills. But gets scooped up himself. 3 apiece here as we go aboard with red from the blue team. Or should I say double D?
Double D.
Let's go with double D, man.
Okay,
these
double D
boys,
here,
man.
looking for it, can't connect. Trying to go around, gonna go around down the middle. Doesn't see anybody. Oh, he does. He spots. No, can't connect.
Now Vortex able to use that thrust and just barely get out of range. Red has this high ground, but he might also leave himself exposed. Annihilate doesn't see him though. This is a huge chance for Red. If he can come out on this gunfight, it's going to be just what this team needs to be at advantage. Going over to Annihilate. The grenades come out. He's still somehow standing, rotating around, trying to get the flank, but BK is right there with a chase. Beautiful melee. Huge kill there from Annihilate. I could not believe he stayed alive for that. They literally played Ring Around the Rosie with a combination of musical chairs, and somehow this man walked away without getting any birthday cake on his face. I just don't even.
I like the composure he had. He kept himself composed, and he pulled out the melee kill right when he needed to. He didn't think it was his last breath. He gave it everything he got, and he came out on top. I like it.
Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Going aboard with Bank now. And he's been one of those players who I see towards the mid and the late game pretty often. You know, we don't really see him getting shut out too soon, too quickly. So maybe here he can come out on top against Toss. Toss, however, might have something to say about it. The grenade placement, though, I love it. Bank basically cornered him there, and Annihilate threw the pixel-perfect grenade to capitalize on that cornered rat. That was fantastic.
Saw the opportunity, took it while he had it, and again, great decision. Great decision.
It's exactly what you want to do. How did Bank survive? How many times was that man reloading his gun? He's like, you know what, forget about shooting. This is a first-person reloader, actually.
Oh, man.
Don't even worry about it. Well, that's going to put just LeBron aim against the world. Vortex chases him down and gets that SMG kill as well as that killing spree. And that's going to be big for Fuse Pro. They're going to be taking map number 3. It's 2-1 in favor of Fuse. Is Fuse going to be winning in this next game, or are we going to that crucial game 5?
I don't know. I mean, they put up a really good battle here. A lot of good fights, good decisions, good calls. That melee kill, fabulous.
Tasty.
Fabulous.
That match was just tasty. It had so many of these goofy moments. Those random reloads, the melee kill. Oh, way too much fun. Way too much fun. And if you'd like to partake in the fun, feel free to swing by Versus Gameplay Arcade, 950 Walnut Street, Suite 149, Dallas, Texas. Mondays, we have our Gears of War 3 show match. Tuesdays, the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 show match, as well as a Super Smash Bros. For Wii U tournament. Wednesday is Fighting Game Casuals. Thursdays, a Halo 5 show match and Street Fighter Casuals. Friday, the Mortal Kombat X Weekly. Saturday, the Ultra Street Fighter 4 Weekly, with Sunday being that good old Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. But we've had a fantastic evening of Halo, and it's not quite done yet. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to be having a caster swap with some more Halo 5 action. Keep it locked. Back on the mic with the one and only typographic. Man, that breakout map, man. That was a thing.
That was crazy. What a comeback. I mean, great nade placement, great shots. I mean, good God. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Breakout personally, but man, that was exciting to watch.
Yeah, you can't look at Breakout. Despite how you feel about playing it, it is damn fun to watch. I must say. But here we go. Game number 4. Strongholds on Eden. Now, how do you feel that this map is really going to be playing out? Obviously, you have to take control of Catwalk, and some people really feel like Blue Bend is the second territory that you really need to take control of.
Yeah, I feel like as this game progresses and the meta really adapts, we're going to see a lot of different things. But yeah, you're right. Like, you want top cat control, you want Blue Bend control, but honestly, like, if you get light rifle into red window, you can lock down cat all by yourself. Just keep jumping up and down, being a nuisance. So yeah, plus they also get overshield on red side, so it's like a free overshield. Look, they got rockets, they're already pushing Bend. Great stuff. So it could really go either way. But yeah, the red team already pushing in with rockets and overshield into Blue Bend, just trying to keep an annoying sense of presence there for blue team. Looks like Rockets might be taking out the sniper here. He's just looking to spot a player. Shoot some safety rounds, over to Blue Bend, making sure they don't get out of their base, which is smart. I mean, honestly, they only need 2 points, so this is really good placement. Oh, camo right there. Able to take him out, though.
He picked up on that camo just in time. He may have missed with the melee, but at least he was able to secure that kill with that rocket. How much ammo does he have left on that thing?
I think he might have 1 shot left. I wasn't entirely sure. But see, like I'm saying, light rifle, straight over, you get great shots on Catwalk. Really smart play out of Vortex right now. Fortunately, he's just so weak, having to stay down there and nest.
Oh, man, and just getting lit up there. That was super duper rough to watch, truth be told. I've never seen someone drop that quickly. Actually, that's a complete lie. I've seen people drop way faster than that. What am I even talking about? Let's go back into the map itself, where the blue team, despite such a shutdown at the beginning, has temporarily had total control over all those strongholds, and red is being left with Blue Bend. Now, while you do have that overshield available at Nest, it's not something that's always there. So right now, I don't see Nest being as strong as Blue Bend per se.
Right, I mean, you definitely want to keep pressure on them. Like, as we saw earlier, they were just really trying to keep him in the base, and that was doing a great job of that, having rockets and having overshield. But, as this new overshield is going to be coming up pretty soon, we're going to have to see really what these teams try to do. If they kind of grab OV, grab rockets, and try to push out back towards the bend, or if they're going to keep it and play it safe, try to get top middle and get that nest control.
Well, about 10 seconds until these rockets come back, and that's going to be really big as we go into the mid-game. So far, red team still maintaining this lead and maintaining control of these strongholds, but Beerless BK, he at least puts one on the board as far as kills are concerned. There's a 2v1 about to happen. Bank nearly got flanked and indeed falls down. BK coming up big there with 2 big kills. This might be what they need to secure Blue Bend and get some of those optimal spawns.
I'm not entirely sure, but, new OS should be up right now. Frank was actually in position. He might have actually grabbed it. I'm not sure, but, we'll see. Look, Vortex actually got it. So red team does have possession of overshield right now, which is great because that's going to help them take this red nest back.
Yeah, and they took red nest back. And they're not going to be too far away from taking Blue Bend as well if they so desire, but honestly, I would be totally content with them just taking these 2.
Yeah, they did a really good job on the reset there. Now they've got blue kind of pushing back out of the base. They do have blue control, but unfortunately, the red team's still getting these 2 capture points. So, it's a really good job. Light Rifle's going to probably go this top window and watch Catwalk all by himself. Great shots. Great play out of Vortex here. He's going to have 1 in nest with him, though. Josh pushing him here. He's about halfway on red nest, so he's got to get in there. 3 guys for blue pushing in a nest right now. It looks like Vortex might fall. Great plays, though.
No, Vortex still holding on to this life. His usage of the overshield overall, pretty solid. They have yet to really kill this man, and he took a lot of shots in the process. Pushing over right now towards that red window. You mentioned with the light rifle in that red window, it can be so scary to be against someone who has that particular combination. And Vortex, however, understands that right now his priority needs to be locking down this territory. That's exactly what he does. Capturing that stronghold, getting that majority yet again, and red is back on the board and back scoring.
Boom, a perfect kill there from Vortex. So, see what I'm saying? Like, if you get that light rifle into that window, even if you get 1 scope shot, they're at 50% shields. That is not a hard kill at all. So it's an easy cleanup there. Unfortunately, Tossel getting a great stick on Annihilate. Annihilate going to fall for his team there, but still holding control of 2 of these points, just racking away.
And we talk about how important power weapon control is, but secondary power weapon control I think is really important as well. Weapons like the BRs, the light rifle, even
the storm rifle too.
Oh yeah, I love that weapon so much. Juicy right now, able to go ahead and flank Beardless and get another stronghold cap. Just maintaining these stronghold kills is super important, I'd say, is given the fact that they have this majority. And I believe that they might Actually, no, never mind. I thought for a second that they were going to be having blue bent, but it switched over to blue, and I became colorblind for a moment. Shout out to Chromosomes.
I bet you that's Vortex still, yep, grabbing that OS, doing a great job of timing that. I want to take it back just a second. There was a great play up top there. Guy actually made the blue team fall. He made them chase him down, and I mean, blue needs to cap points. So anytime you can make a teammate or to make your opponent leave an objective, that's exactly what you want to do. So brilliant play out of red team so far, keeping them away from that top catwalk spawn.
Oh wow, that splitter grenade perfectly placed by Bank as he takes out Beardless, shutting him down early, and the 2v1 going to work out in favor of red there. They're still holding on to these two territories. What can blue really do to bring this back?
Blue's got to get out of their base. That's their hardest thing right now. Like that OS control from Vortex and having rockets, having this top control, not able to take this catwalk back. That's their whole problem right now. Really, if I were them, I would be trying to push outside, which I mean, you don't have such a height advantage, but you're going to at least make the team kind of rotate to you. So then at that point, maybe you can take Nest back.
A little bit of disrespect from Juicy, who's certainly feeling himself. Takes his time with that teabag before going ahead and defending this catwalk area. Going to be forced to push back a bit. Those shields looking very low. A 2v1 right now as Toss and LeBron's aim hope to go and retake this territory. They're pushing outside of their base like you mentioned before. It's such an important thing for them to do, seeing as we're approaching that end game and Fuse Pro is approaching the 90 mark.
Yeah, I mean, really, they're just doing everything right now. I mean, even though they got some kills up top and able to get that guy off a catwalk, it was a trade, so you're still only one guy in that cap, and you do capture zones a little quicker whenever you have multiple people in them. So really, they're at a disadvantage right now. They were able to manage to get these 2 points back. Looks like they're able to stop the bleeding for a little bit, but unfortunately, right back in red control.
Yeah, and the blue base spawn, it's going to be really big, especially when it comes down to potentially locking down these rockets. But it looks like rocket control might actually go instead to Josh. Let's see if he can maybe utilize this to really retake some of those territories, but it just might be a touch too late. 96 points and counting, only a couple of moments away from Fuse Pro being declared your champions of this week's show match.
There you have it. Fuse Pro able to lock it up. Nice shot there of Vortex at the end with the OS, doing a good job for his team locking that down. Easy kills from him, having an extra layer of shields there. 126 lead.
They may not have controlled the quote-unquote optimal strongholds points, but what they did a great job of when I was looking at that match was consistently controlling Overshield, controlling the rocket launcher, or at least taking control back for the rocket launcher, and putting in some work with the light rifle as well. So overall, really, really good play that we're seeing from Fuse Pro. But you are, of course, the analyst. What did we see from both of these teams that you really found noteworthy?
Well, I mean, Annihilate obviously going big for his team there, locking down 13 kills. And I would say most of those happened probably without power weapons, because every time we went through his screen, I didn't see him holding rockets or anything. He was doing a lot of good job with the utility. Really overshield control, great light rifle usage from out of Vortex, keeping them off of that top catwalk. So yeah, even though it wasn't optimal necessarily, like a lot of teams do prefer that bend and catwalk control, they played it absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely phenomenal. And Fuse Pro going to be declared your champions this week. And that's going to be about an end for our show match. If you enjoyed tonight's content, feel free to hit the donate button below. The donations help us improve the stream as well as the venue. Versus Gameplay definitely dedicated to making some big things happen for esports, not only in Dallas, but also around the world. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I don't know how to close this off because I've never done that before, but I'm going to give you all an awkward goodbye and say goodnight. Take care.